nice. Edge After Dark. Hey, everybody. Midnight's Edge After Dark. How's it going? It's Wednesday night, hump day. Even though you probably get it on the weekends. I'm, of course, your narrator, speaking to Rob Robot Shlomo off of his most recent breakdown. Coming to Shabby Road Studios. With me is Mr. Tom Connors.
Ahoy, ahoy.
With us is the lovely, ebullient, and ever vivacious Miss Random.
Hello.
And with us is Mr. Tyler Bioshock.
Heyo.
From the Peanut Butter Podcast. Hi-yo.
Yeah.
Hi-yo. Okay. We got... Alright, that's I'm losing the will to live already. I really am. I'm beside myself with...
You're not kidding, folks. I heard his ringtone. It's that song for no one.
Your day breaks. My day breaks. My mind aches. There will be times when all the things she said will fill my head. I won't forget her. Okay, everybody.
Ew.
Let's address that was my expression right there. Yeah, I kind of wanted to use. I kind of like using the worst pictures of everybody that I can find.
Well, she
And
makes
this is a
so
pretty
many
bad
weird.
picture.
Like, how many weird faces does she make, though? She just keeps making weird faces.
Puppy dog
Oh,
faces.
yeah. Not even puppy dog face. Not even, she's just awkward.
But with the head tilt. You know?
Yep.
She's doing the Michael Myers head tilt.
Yeah, pretty much. The one that Jason stole.
Oh, for God's sake. All right, everybody. STD, no beating around the bush here. STD has been reviewed for season 3. Dear God, why? As if to torment me. Really. As if it weren't enough. But you know, at least we get more videos out of this. We could wring this until it's completely dry. For fuck's sake. Okay. Let me see what the official company line is, okay? I'm gonna see. I'm gonna go to a website. Let me go. Oh fuck!
Fuck you! You're watching it. That's about it.
Shut up, and you'll like what
Fuck
we
you.
tell you to like. That's what they're saying. Ars Technica, new showrunner will
Fuck
bring
you.
Star Trek Discovery back for season 3. Star Trek gets a third season. All The Verge is saying Star Trek Discovery gets a 3rd season and a 5th showrunner. Let's go with that one. Yeah, let's go with that one. The Verge, yeah. Even though they're terrible. They're all terrible.
No, they're all
terrible.
We got 2
Shut up.
cha-chings.
Yes, we do. Yes, thank you. Chris Persia, $2 Canadian super chat. SD was new for season 3. A big middle finger to the fans. That's right. Mark C, $2 super chat. Robot Jocks still better than Star Trek Discovery. I don't think I've ever seen Robot Jocks. If I did, I don't remember it. Star Trek Discovery gets a 3rd season and a 5th showrunner. Michelle Paradise. That sounds like the name of a hooker at the Bunny Ranch. Michelle Paradise. I'm Michelle
Exactly.
Paradise. I'll be servicing you today.
You would know.
What's going on?
Dancer, the eager beaver.
Yes. Hey, coming up to the stage, it's lovely Michelle Paradise. She'll bring you to Nirvana. It's Michelle Paradise. For God's sake. I'm fighting for women's rights. Oh, yeah, rights. Why? Oh, yeah, why do you have the name of a stripper? Michelle Paradise will be joining Alex Klutzman as co-showrunner. And I'll get back to that. In a minute.
Cha-ching.
CBS All Access is... We got another one?
Yes,
We got another
do.
cha-ching? Tom, come on. I'm relying on you for these.
I don't have
Mark
my shit up.
C. Put your shit up then. Lily Tomlin's Invisible Woman still better than STD Discovery. Better than STD Discovery is a low bar. But that's the one they cleared. CBS All Access has announced that Star Trek Discovery will return for a 3rd season and that Michelle Paradise, one of the show's co-executive producers, will join Alex Klutzman in Failing Upward. Oh, I'm sorry, as co-showrunner. Paradise marks the 5th official showrunner for Discovery, following Brian Fuller, who left the project. Aaron Harberts and Gretchen J. Berg fired over disputes and complaints of abuse from multiple writers. And Alex Klutzman, current showrunner, lead architect, CBS Last Moon as Butt Boy, and head of Star Trek TV projects for the foreseeable future. Hopefully that won't be that long. I foresee the future as being another year. But we'll get back to this in the discussion. Hopefully the show will finally enter a slightly more stable phase of production in season 3. No, it won't. After all of its previous behind-the-scenes drama. Oh, there's plenty more to come. Michelle joined us. Oh, okay. Okay, get your thing up. We have to ding every time we hear the word "and." It's a quote from Klutzman.
Oh, God.
I don't have my sound thing set up, Rob.
Get it up!
I
That's
can't
what she
now
said.
without leaving.
Hold on. Oh, for God's sake. Hold on. Let me here.
Just say ding.
Mecca, you're can you do that? No, you're
I can't do the ding. I don't have the soundboard hooked up.
That's what she said. Oh. Phrasing. Can't do the
Take a
ding.
shot at Jameson's every time you hear an and.
Okay. Michelle joined us midway. Michelle joined us midway through the season 2, and energized the room with her ferocious knowledge of Trek. Kurtzman says her grasp of character, and story detail, her drive and focus have already become essential in ensuring the Trek legacy. And her fresh perspective always keeps us looking forward. I'm proud to say Michelle and I are officially running Star Trek Discovery. Discovery is by no means the only Star Trek TV show in the works. CBS is already working on a series that will see Sir Patrick Stewart reprising his, iconic role as Captain Jean-Luc Picard. That's planned for release in later in 2019. A Discovery spinoff is also being planned, starring the Mirror Universe iteration of Michelle Yeoh's Captain Philippa Georgiou. Also announced Star Trek Lower Decks, an animated series that will focus on less important members of a Starfleet ship. Boo-yah! Oh, God's sake. Apparently the marketing team is working overtime to flood the comments with positive talk about the show.
Oh yeah, the trolls are out in full force. They've been out on pretty much every video of mine that they didn't bother to watch.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Did you hear the ding?
Yes, I did.
Tommy, can you hear me?
There. Now you happy?
Yes, I'm very. No,
All right.
I'm not happy, but
Well, then,
I'm.
whatever.
Mark C, $2.
You happy?
Adventures of Pluto Nash is still better than ST Discovery. Again, it's a low bar. That's the one they cleared. For God's sake. Oh, you know what? Okay, here's the thing. Bringing in a new showrunner is not good for Klutzman and his merry band of idiots, because it's showing A, that they have no faith in Klutzman, and B, they're trying to whisk him out the door. And I don't get to use whisk very often. Klutzman, they dumped a truckload of money at his doorstep, $25 million worth, and I'm sure they are having buyer's remorse now. But the other thing about this too is that this Michelle Paradise, and they made sure on Deadline.com that everybody knew this, is that she's openly a lesbian. Can you be a closetedly lesbian? Yeah, closeted lesbian. Yeah, but she's openly gay. And they made sure to remind you of that every other sentence.
We don't
Which
care.
means that she's. What was that, Mecca?
Just, it's one of those things we don't care. Like that's
It
not
doesn't-
important to her job description.
It doesn't make you feel better, Mecca.
Mary Highland says who? Michelle Paradise. She wrote this song. Yeah, she had this show about gay vampires. Eric Kelly, Rob, why does it matter when it comes to Trek? It doesn't matter to us, but it matters to them. It matters to all the virtue signaling lowlifes working in Hollywood so they can all pat themselves on the back and score woke points.
Yep.
What type of gay vampire show was this? Or movie or whatever?
I don't know.
Which
Let me see.
one? How many are there? There's a million of them, right?
It wasn't the porn parody of Twilight, was it?
I don't know. I
Michelle
didn't watch
Paradise.
any.
Michelle Paradise. She was an actress at one point.
Blood?
There's something called The Originals, something called X's and O's. 10 Rules. Star Trek, the Originals was the story.
We were the originals, and then there was these other guys who became the originals, so we became the new originals. And then
we thought of
name.
we thought that doesn't work anymore, so we became the Thamesmen. She did a series called X's and O's, OHS, back in 2007. She wrote 4 episodes. One episode of Heart of Dixie. 1 episode of something called Rogue. Story editor on 22 episodes of The Originals, the Originals. And she wrote 3 episodes of Star Trek Discovery. Episode 9 of this season, episode 9, 14, and 13.
So we haven't even gotten to see if she's any good at writing yet.
Oh boy.
Exactly.
Oh, fuck.
Klutzman says she loves Trek, but I'm like, hey, listen, I love Aston Martin. That doesn't mean I'm qualified to work for the company, okay?
Yeah, you can go and build one from scratch, right?
I like Disney animation. I can only sketch about, like, I don't know, stick figures. I can't do shit, so I can't judge it well.
Oh, God. Black Phoenix says he hated Heart of Dixie. But, you know, they do not want to run up the white flag. And Gary, I was listening to Gary over at Nerdrotic, and he was saying about how they're keeping this show alive because of the optics. It is going to look bad that you're canceling a Star Trek show with the first black female, whatever. And so they have to keep it around. So, yeah, you're going to guilt trip us into liking it.
Mm-hmm.
And when has that ever worked?
Well, they're going to name call. They're going to insult us. They're going to call us racist, sexist. And I'm going to say, you know what? Fuck your show up its ass. I don't want to see it. You are not going to guilt trip me or insult me into watching your bullshit Star Trek clone.
As I said before, and like the guy said the coach said in the movie One-on-One, you could take your Star Trek Discovery, you could shove it all the way up your ass with a red hot poker.
Yep.
And oh dear God, I loved Annette O'Toole in that movie. I was 10 years old, but I knew that. I was like, I'm like, hey, she's really pretty. Well, she was pretty for a 70s girl, you know. But anyway, I digress. STD is the G Gundam of Star Trek. No, I don't want to say that. Mark C. $5 super chat. All of STD Discovery's writers either wrote on Reign, Revenge, or Rogue. All of them. And a lot of them wrote on Gilmore Girls. What is it? I mean, I never seen any of these shows, Reign, Revenge, or Rogue. I never. Were there any good? I mean,
Never heard any of them. I think Heart of Dixie, wasn't that a TLC show?
I don't know. I heard the name. I've never seen it. They're going out of their way to find people who have never worked on Star Trek and who have no experience in sci-fi. That way they're not bogged down like little details like, oh, like does sonar in space make sense? Which it doesn't.
No, they don't understand science. They don't understand basic science, like how fast light travels through space. It's ridiculous.
Heart of Dixie, a New Yorker and a new doctor, Zoe Hart accepts an offer from stranger Dr. Harley Wilkes to work in his medical practice in Bluebell, Alabama. She arrives to find he has died and left half the practice to her in his will. Creator Layla Gerstein stars Rachel Bilson, Jamie King, Chris Williams. See full cast. It ran for how many episodes? Ran for 4 seasons, apparently. Rachel Bilson, Jamie King, and Chris Williams.
Michelle Paradise has a Wikipedia page. It says she did something called the 10 Rules Lesbian Survival Guide.
There you go. That has a lot to do with Star Trek.
Oh God.
Let's ask our studio audience what they think about this. Okay. Not a popular choice among our studio audience. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. It's strange. I mean, no matter how much criticism they've been getting. No, they double down, they triple down, they quadruple down. It's like there's no self-awareness. And the things that they want to do, they want to be.
Oh, there's self-awareness. It's narcissism, but anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And like I said, stop defending. Who was it that was defending Alex Kurtzman that you said? Can you say that? And can you say who?
No, but there's been at least 2 or 3 people I've talked to that are, that work in the industry, etc.
Oh, you don't understand. He's a good guy. I'm sure he's a decent guy. Hey, kid, buy you a soda, whatever, yeah. But it's
I don't think he beats his wife.
He's just not good at what he does. Alex Kurtz, I don't think it's unfair to call him a hack. We've called him a lot worse. Chris Persia, $5 Canadian super chat. Cha-ching. Cha-ching. Yes, thank you. To the tune of Johnny Paychecks, take this job, take this fake trick and shove it. I ain't watching it no more. Yeah. That was actually a pretty funny movie with Robert Hayes. So that was actually a pretty good movie. But yeah, but Alex Kurtzman is a cultural locust.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wilfred. This show is beyond saving. It really is. This show is beyond saving because it has
Sorry.
It has the stink of Alex Kurtzman, all his cronies all over it. Go ahead.
Heart of Dixie was a CW show, same as Gilmore Girls.
Thanks for caring about people.
From the same idiots. Heart of Dixie. No, Rachel Bilson looks kind of hot. It's like I said, there's no sci-fi acumen. There's not even any basic story writing experience, it seems. It's
it's like a bunch of little kids who are just kind of pretending to be adults, like, oh, and then this is gonna happen, and then this is gonna happen. It's very, very much like 6th grade level of writing, and it's kind of terrible.
Only kind of.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean it's like the worst thing I've ever seen, pretty much. But no, it's I don't understand how they passed high school with writing as bad as it is. How they, and I guess this is kind of our whole society where we're in kind of this C's to get degrees sort of level of everything. Nobody puts any effort into anything. Nobody tries. Nobody wants to be smarter. Nobody wants to be better. Nobody wants to read or pay attention. They all want to just have the headline. They want to have the cliff notes. They want to have the it's Star Trek for Dummies. There's a spaceship, there's badges, and they travel through space really fast. Go. That's how you make Star Trek, And it's so frustrating. It's just so frustrating.
Well, like I said, at least they've guaranteed that we can make videos for the next couple of years, next year.
Job security for us, yay!
And get pity money.
Yeah.
Where do I get some of this pity money from?
I have a really bad habit though of shopping in anger. So
watch me tomorrow. I've got a guitar on the way.
Yeah.
I get depressed and I buy expensive things or things I don't need.
What was that, the Monterey Pop guitar?
The Woodstock one, yeah.
Sorry, yeah, that one.
Oh, for God's sake. Unbelievable. Yeah, we're all essentially self-employed, yeah. Yeah. But I don't. I'm just beside myself with this. And don't think for a second, don't think for a second, Dreckies, that you've won, because you haven't won anything. Because the longer this abomination stays on the air, we all lose, because it keeps lowering the bar. It gets stupider and stupider and stupider and stupider.
And so do the viewers
And you
too.
just make
Like,
Trek dumber.
it's like
Yes.
arguing with people who don't speak the same language almost. And no offense to people who don't like natively speak the same language or whatever. I'm just saying it's like you have to dumb it down so much. They will argue that the sky is brown. And they don't, and they believe it, and it's so crazy, you know. Like I saw on Twitter today, somebody was getting into it in my feed. Some of the people I follow, was somebody who's saying, "Oh yeah, I hated DS9. Discovery is good. Deal with it." It's like, suck a dick. You don't like Star Trek if you don't like DS9, and to think that old Trek is bad.
Mark C stepping up with another $5 super chat. Robert Townsend's Meteor Man is still better than Star Trek Discovery. Yeah, Robert Townsend. I love Robert Townsend. Giving it up for Mark C. See, you get the fanfare, Mark C, for your super chats there.
Oh, somebody take the button away from Rob, please.
So
You're fired.
Doomcock said had a great analogy. He goes, "This is like John Cleese when he walks into the pet store with the parrot nailed to the." Was it Doomcock or was it?
Yeah. I think he was saying dead parrot.
Yeah, it's Star Trek. The only reason why your Star Trek Discovery is still going is because you've nailed it to the perch. But even if you have nailed it to the perch, it is still going to start. It is still going to stink at some point. You can't escape that. So, I love Monty Python. Maybe I'll watch that later.
That's much better than Discovery.
Has anybody ever asked Monty Python if they were any at all inspired by Help?
Probably. That's a British sense of humor, though. Richard, that style of comedy was always popular in England. There's something called the Goon Show back then with Peter Sellers, and that's where a lot of that kind of comedy comes from. Anybody in the chat familiar with the Goon Show? I've only heard the name, but I haven't seen it. But that's what Richard Lester worked on, the Goon Show, when he was living in the UK. But I said before that so many things we like have just been corrupted. Star Trek, Doctor Who, Star Wars, The Daily Show, She-Ra. Some Thundercats. I mean, so many things people like have just been mangled at the hands of people who don't know better. When does it end? When does it fucking end? Comics, yes, comics. Marvel has been brutalized at these people's hands. I didn't get my back scratcher. Stretch.
Are we monomoning?
Oh no! I think my headphones are done. Shit.
You're fired.
Yeah. Damn it.
Sounds like Rob just fucked up his headphones.
Oh, for God's sake.
Kirkman, you're paying for that.
Oh,
while Rob is doing that, we got a little bit of news come down the pike. This is actually kind of not new news, but I guess according to Variety, it's an exclusive. I swear, I heard
breaking news.
I guess
my headphones broke. I've had these headphones for years,
so it's breaking news. I just broke them.
Breaking news. We now go to Tom Connors.
To no one's surprise, Will Smith exits Suicide Squad sequel.
Suicide Squad sequel?
Yeah, the story should be there in the chat there, Rob.
And I bet you someone read the headline as Will Smith suicide leaves. Like, oh no! Oh, never mind. He just left something else.
I don't know about that.
Oh yeah, like he's got something better to do.
Mm.
Will Smith exits Suicide Squad sequel. Even with the studio dating the next installment, Suicide Squad, Warner Brothers may be losing one of its biggest stars. Oh, I gotta time index this. So shit. Damn it. So 25. Okay, 25. We'll go 2540. So okay. Warner Brothers may already okay, blah blah blah. Even though his return had not been made official, sources tell Variety that Will Smith, who played Deadshot in the original, is not expected to return to the studio's upcoming sequel. Sources say scheduling was ultimate factor, and that decision was made on amicable terms between both sides with no hard feelings. Those studios never confirmed who would be returning for Suicide Squad. More insiders say that it has always wanted its biggest stars like Smith and Margot Robbie, who played Harley Quinn in the first pick, to return while figuring out the other casting decisions along the way. Studio reps for Will Smith could not be reached for comment. The studio is still fully behind the sequel after the original did so well, bringing $746 million to the box office. James Gunn, who was brought on last year as new director, is hoping to start production this fall. Pardon me. Which adds a ticking clock element to getting things out before it impacts reproduction. Release date is currently set. It's August 6, 2021. Mark C. Marvel brutalized. DC says, hold my beer. Again, Mark C. coming through once again. Another big super chat. So,
Yeah.
All right, well, Suicide Squad. Okay, well,
kind of figured. Mecca, you got anything to say about it?
I don't like Will Smith, so yay. I mean, I'll probably watch the second one without him. Yeah, I actually didn't see I didn't see Suicide Squad, so every time I see Will Smith, he's just Will Smith, and I think he comes across as a little smug and a little arrogant, and he's just always kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
Tyler?
Yeah, he's not available because he's committing Blueface in Aladdin.
From
shit to more shit.
That just looks terrible too.
Oh, I got some crazy glue right here. I can fix that while I'm fixing it. I can fix these live on the show. So,
yeah. But I guess I'll summarize by I think that this is more proof that this new movie is basically a reboot.
What, Suicide Squad?
Yeah, it may as well be called. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, yeah. From what I heard, it's kind of supposed to do its own thing.
Crazy glue. Okay. Do we have any other news?
Yes, we do, Rob.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
We've got Warner Brothers AT&T news. So why don't we hit that first? With a little DC news mixed in with it. Speaking of DC news, since we're talking Willie Smith and Suicide Squad, here's the story for you, and I'll get the story for our audience up here in the picture.
Warner Brothers, Kevin Tsujihara, talks AT&T self-driving Batman cars in DC Universe. This is a pretty long interview. I didn't get a chance to read it all. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Starting how's life at studio changing on AT&T? Well, it's been 7 months. I think we're really fortunate in that we had a record year at box office. We had a great year in television. We had a great year. Consumer products, there's a difference. Oh, boy. I had turkey for dinner, so I'm going to tryptophan coma. And that was Time Warner, Ms. John Stanky. The guy's name's Stanky. has done a very good job trying to create unique culture in Warner Media versus AT&T and not trying to scramble the eggs completely. What do you
I say
mean
the main thing was the
scramble?
AT&T and Warner Brothers merger was approved.
Yeah, the AT&T Warner Brothers merger is approved. So I mean, so yeah, so the rich keep getting richer, people. That's all that really matters.
Of course they do.
His name is Stanky.
Yeah.
What is that, like a recluse version of a character from the Little Rascals?
Yeah, he's the sixth rascal that got stayed behind in Hamburg to paint with his German fiance Astrid.
Sure.
Yeah, that sounds like the plot to Backbeat, Rob.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? You can tell where my interests are. Yeah. Yeah. No. Well, also, I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say, I put a brush in a hat, but you're thrown all the way to play bass in John Lennon's skiffle band. It's not a skiffle band. It's a rock and roll band. We're not a band, we're a group. So anyway.
I've seen that movie a few times. Okay, there's related news to this in a way. That is now in the sidebar there for you, Rob. This is a little easier probably to read. Since we got some Disney news too.
Yes, it is. Okay. Disney laying down the hammer. Laying the hammer down. Disney Fox merger nears completion as Brazil gets approval. With conditions, but there's conditions though. There's conditions. So anyway.
They want their own Mickey Mouse.
Yes. Disney took a big step closer to completing its $71.3 billion purchase of 20th Century Fox with Brazil's conditional approval of the deal Wednesday. In agreement with Brazil's antitrust agency, Disney will sell the Fox Sports cable channel that serves the largest media market in South America. Brazilian regulators focused on Disney ownership of ESPN and Fox Sports as giving it too much power over the sports rights and related deals. Approval from Brazil and Mexico are believed to be the last hurdles Disney needs to clear before formally taking ownership of most of 21st Century Fox's assets. There's been speculation on that the historic union of two of Hollywood studios could be completed as early as next week. Wow. On Wednesday, Brazil's Administrative Council for Economic Defense approved Disney Fox deal contingent on the agreement to sell Fox Sports, among other measures negotiated in the Concentration Control Agreement. The deadline for the sale remains confidential, the council said. The merger had generated competition concerns in Brazil's pay TV sports channel market, which includes ESPN and Fox Sports. The Antitrust Council noted that currently there is only one rival capable of competing with these channels. Regulators in Mexico are said to have similar concerns about Disney's ownership of ESPN and Fox Sports properties in the country. In the board's assessment, the merger would leave the pay TV sports channel sector even more concentrated, with an elevated probability of an exercise of market power on Disney's part. Brazilian regulators wrote, beyond this, there would be potential of reduction in the quality and diversity of available sports content, as well as a rise in costs that could be passed on to consumers. The sale of Fox Sports is designed to ensure that the market retains the same number of sizable competitors in sports, with Sport TV from Globosat, ESPN, and whichever business buys Fox Sports assets. Yeah, whichever business buys Fox Sports assets. The package of assets to be divested includes all of the sports events broadcast rights belonging to Fox Sports, all the contracts with pay TV operators, key employees, and real estate and transmission equipment, regulators wrote. Disney has also agreed for a fixed period not to sign agreements with the sports leagues that have agreements with Fox Sports, not to try to reacquire those rights, and to offer free use of the Fox brand to the buyer of Fox Sports. Okay, so they won't have to rebrand if they buy it. So that's, yeah. The regulator's statement indicated that Brazilian antitrust authorities have conferred with their Mexican counterparts in evaluating the transaction, which suggests that approval from Mexico could be coming within days. In Latin America, the close dialogue between agencies in Brazil, Mexico, and Chile resulted in a coordinated solution to the case, the Brazilian council wrote. Okay, so they have to get rid of their sports assets in Brazil, in Latin America. So, all right.
Insert football jokes here.
Insert hipster. Well, I'm sure some hipster will say, I don't watch sports. I watch soccer. Oh, I mean football. They make sure they say football. I watch football. But you probably wouldn't understand. Okay, I'm gluing together my headphones live on the air right now.
Oh no.
We're conducting repairs on the fly. Is that okay? It's not, the crazy glue is not coming out. So while I do this, Tom stretch.
Actually, Tom's not here.
Tom's not here. Where'd Tom go?
Tom, he can't hear me.
Alone?
He broke the thing too.
He's leaving home.
He left us alone. Hey, while Tom's away, the cats play. Mecca, take off your shirt.
I mean, you wouldn't be able to see it if I did.
I'll get my Jameson.
Thwarted by the lack of a camera. It's party time.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any messages or anything here. Oh.
Yeah, so like I said, desperately trying to re-glue this together.
He went to watch sports ball.
Sports ball. It's Fox's, but that kind of makes sense though. They want to hang out to the Fox Sports name. So we have 5 minutes before the connection craps out on this and we lose the stream. So make the most.
Oh, he'll come back. I'm sure. He probably just had to drop off and come back.
He has to check on his pizza. That's what it is.
See, I ate beforehand. There he is.
There he is.
Wrong.
Tom abandoned us. Yeah.
Don't leave me in charge.
But don't think this clears the way for the X-Men to appear in a movie this soon, because all that is done already. Everything is done. It's kind of late to add a scene to. It's probably not late to add a scene to Endgame. Endgame. I didn't like that game, Tom Clancy's End War. It was all right, but I don't know.
Yeah, you're back, Tom.
Real-time strategy is kind of boring.
Back to the wall.
Yeah. So, yeah. Real time. The Total War series is actually pretty good.
Oh, I love the series.
Yeah. Watching guys get slaughtered left and right.
Oh yeah.
So, Endgame was also Voy's finale. Voy? VOY.
Voyager?
Oh yeah, yes, Voyagers. Just say Voyager. I don't do well with abbreviations.
You're fired.
I know.
See, I just called it Voyager and Enterprise because of the syllable thing.
Wait, we have a quote from Alex Kurtzman about the situation with.
I order you to be quiet.
Oh, okay, sorry, Alex. Now,
Yeah. I just call it Janeway track.
So, okay, this was actually we have some reaction to Michelle Paradise being named co-showrunner of.
We'll find the witch, may we burn out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
I've done things I shouldn't do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but anyway, so what else have we? I forgot the time index. This one, shit.
That's pretty much it.
Let's see.
I found one amusing story earlier that Tom might like about the perils of the future when it's all digital.
Okay, I'm just gonna time the index is 3101. So
I read an article about apparently if you live in like Europe, their version of the Notebook is fucked up.
Well, Europe's traditionally gotten different movies than we have.
Well, the ending of the Notebook apparently in Europe cuts off the part where they die. Spoiler: who gives a shit? You've seen enough.
It's the Notebook. Who cares?
Yeah, I know, but they die in the end, and apparently in the European version, it just doesn't show that.
Gurtar. I would like to hear Emmy's reply to Steve Shives. I said it on the other live stream. I like Steve. Steve seems like a sharp guy. I like his other content. I like his other stuff. A lot of his other stuff. Not all of his views I agree on, but I disagree with him on his assessment that this is an unfounded conspiracy theory. So that's probably the worst thing I can say to him. I disagree. We have our sources that say otherwise. Is that right, Tom?
Well, considering the Paul McCartney is dead conspiracy theory is a lot more a lot less believable than ours, I guess. I don't know where I was going with it. It's not a conspiracy. We've got more than enough stuff that's been confirmed by it.
You're telling me they don't have an Abbey Road album that tells us the truth?
I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. I fucked that analogy up. I quit.
But like the Beatles.
I have pretty bad taste.
Sorry.
I have pretty bad taste. Steve Shives is Alcal. What does that mean?
You're fired.
I have no idea.
Lol. I'm guessing he's a cow, but lol. I don't know.
It's factory, what's factory farming got to do with this?
I don't want to play number 9 backwards. I don't want to play number 9 at all anyway.
Mexmen, Holmes. The Mexmen. Yeah, but the Mexmen have to return. We got to bring
9 backwards is 9.
No, he's like Revolution 9.
Steve is weird, but it's nice to see opposing views. Yeah. 69. Okay, well let's we got some time here. We kind of run out of news, haven't we?
Yeah, what's faff about?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really. I mean, we got into like the Rotten Tomatoes stuff yesterday, but we didn't really dive into it. But you did a Rob's rant earlier about it, and then you had
let's take a
rant on the main channel about Star Trek Discovery.
All right, let's take a look over at Deadline. We'll play Wheel of News.
Like I was too hammered, but sorry.
Speaking of backbeat, Steven Dorff inks rich deal to star in E1's Fox Pilot Deputy and movie project. Steven Dorff. Want to talk about backbeat? I was trying to find somewhere to buy guitar strings around me, and I have to go all the way. I have to go all the way across town, or I have to go 2 towns over. I'm like, what the hell?
Lol means he's the producer.
Oh, okay. But anyway,
producer of LOL Moments.
Yes.
But anyway, I don't. Dynamo is not surprised Star Trek Discovery getting, but it's
I have
optics.
no idea who he is, and like Andre said on that, we don't have the time to even really.
Like I said, we don't want to get into feuds with
anything like that. Yeah,
we don't want to get into feuds with fellow YouTubers. That's the thing. We're not. I'm not going to get into a feud with anybody.
Whatever he says is his opinion, and he has the right to say it. He has every right to say it. Who has time? Like, I don't have time to make videos on my own channel, let alone go and see what somebody's saying about me. Like, seriously.
It's not even he's not even really saying anything directly about us. He's just addressing the general kind of thing, It's not a conspiracy. I'll tell you though, but I disagree with him saying it's a conspiracy theory because, like I said,
No, you guys have like proof. When I do my little theories and rants and stuff, like on my channel, I'll do a few theories. Like I had the Kevin Feige theory about Brie Larson yesterday, or I've had, and I will say, here's my speculation. And that was every little bit of information about Discovery. And I've had people still complaining today on my Discovery videos. They're like, oh, see, you were wrong. Like, no, I wasn't. I said, what is it? What could it be? Like, you're the idiot who's like reading the thumbnail and taking the thumbnail as fact and law. You have to kind of go in and listen to what I'm saying, because a lot of the time I'm questioning, I'm asking, what does this mean? Does like with the Anson Mount tweet, I'm like, okay, does this mean that it's canceled? Does this mean that he's not coming back next season? What does this mean? And you put a little clickbait thumbnail, and Discovery fans, bless their hearts, they're too dumb to actually watch your video sometimes.
No, they're not dumb, they're misinformed.
Well, Yeah, they just don't have the mental capacity to sit there and actually watch a 15-minute video and understand what it's saying. Because look at how the show is designed. The show is designed as the basically it is like keys dangling in front of your toddler's face. You know, they're just jingling the keys there. And the people who like Discovery, a lot of the times, from what I'm hearing, not everybody, but a lot of the times will just say, "Oh, I love the effects. I love the costumes. I love the visual effects. I love the explosions. I love how it looks cinematic."
None of
Which
that makes a good show.
It does not mean it's a good show, though. It's fine if that's what you like. You know, my cat likes chasing a laser pointer. Doesn't mean seriously.
My,
Toddlers
my
like
cat likes eating plastic. Believe me, he shouldn't.
yeah, and it doesn't make that. It doesn't mean that laser pointer my cat wants to chase is good Star Trek. It just means it's a flashy light, that he doesn't have the mental capacity to understand. He just knows, oh, light, pounce, and that's kind of like your average Discovery viewer in a lot of the cases, and not everybody. You have some people who just like it just because it's something fun to watch or whatever. And I'm not gonna hold anything against anybody for liking it, but just don't come to my channel and complain to me and say, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist, you're fake news, you're this that." Like, dude, watch my video. I'm not. They want to debate me on Twitter. I do not debate. You come to my channel for my opinion. My opinion is presented, stated. If you don't like it, go make your own channel. I do not debate you. I don't engage. I don't argue. This is my opinion. Yeah.
So
Love notifications from Becca keep getting flagged. I'm sorry. What do you mean by flagged?
Pardon me. So anyway, a lot of people say we say so anyway a lot. I'm like, well, it's a transition. So anyway,
I believe that's John Cleese's biography name. So anyway,
Better than and.
I even have and that's Alex Kurtzman's biography name. And
what should be called? And the story of how to be a hack in Hollywood and get away with it.
The secret of my success.
Pretty much.
That's secret. Yeah. The secret of his success. Yeah. So, yeah. But the whole problem is, like I said, the whole problem again with Alex Kurtzman is that the people who keep saying, "Oh, well, he's a good kid, he's blah blah blah." Okay. Like I said, I don't doubt he's a good kid, but at the same time, he's not good at what he does. He's just, he may have had one. There's the term "flash in the pan" comes to mind. He's a flash in the pan, and you keep trying to go back and trying to, oh well, maybe he could do it again. He can't. And God bless him. He's parlayed this into a career for himself, and he's made a lot of money. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to make the same kind of money he did for doing the same kind of work. But at the same time, I think they have to look at the value they're getting. CBS chief legal officer Lawrence Tu will exit the company. Let me see if this deadline here.
Probably because of Moonbez.
Hold on, let me say this here, Tom, so you can share this. Let's share that with everybody. Let me see this. What's going on here? CBS legal officer Lawrence Tu will exit the company. In an SEC filing, CBS said Tu submitted his resignation on February 22nd. Effective Friday, he will spend a 60-day period as a senior advisor to the CBS board, CBS CEO, before finalizing his departure. Tu joined CBS in 2014, reporting to then CBS CEO Les Moonves after serving more than 90 years as general counsel at Dell. He held that same title previously at NBC Universal during a 3-year stint overseeing NBC's acquisition of Telemundo, Bravo, and Universal. He was also Hong Kong-based co-general counsel at Goldman Sachs Asia Pacific. Goldman Sachs has got their tentacles everywhere. And spent 50 years at Mulvaney and Myers in New York.
Mulvaney, any relations? Sorry.
To begin his legal career as a law clerk for Judge Walter Mansfield on the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit Court, and then for U.S. Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall. In 2017, to re-upped with CBS, increasing his base salary to $1.3 million, including bonuses. He made $8.1 million in 2017, according to company filings. So it looks like it's probably another Moonves loyalist going. So I guess I feel we're going to see more of these resignations.
Wonder how many more loyal guys he even has left.
Not a lot.
Probably not a lot.
Loquacious Primates. I know an STD fan that genuinely seems to like the show for some reason and refuses to believe any of the show's issues have to do with Trek rights. And it's no longer about Trek rights anymore. It's about bad writing. It really is. Now it's just about bad writing. But rights have a lot to do with it.
Yeah, the great irony is the write sucks, but the show could still be good if the writing wasn't terrible.
Yeah, you wouldn't mind so much. But it's headphones, $15 if I have to buy a new pair.
John, do you think Tom's gonna kill someone? Did you not hear Rob about an hour ago?
Yeah, it wasn't pretty.
Well, I say I have a dry wit, which I've told a lot on this, and I also have a teenager, so that's probably why. So, no, I don't really want to kill anybody. Not offhand.
Like I said, nobody wins. Nobody wins here. There are no winners. The longer this goes on.
Sorry, Rob.
Yeah. I was about to say, the longer this goes on, the more damage you do to the Trek brand.
Yeah. In fact, I just sent a joke to Rob in his Facebook to use in his. So I'm doing okay. I'm writing jokes, so I must be all right.
Let's take a look at this. Here's your dating life is bad when the first thing you think of when a girl asks what makes you hot is run uphill. That's good, actually. I like that. That is good. Oh, there was another video of Brie Larson being interviewed.
Should be running, but whatever. It's all the same.
There was another video of Brie Larson on a press tour.
Oh no!
Yeah. Guess who she's being interviewed by? A white guy.
I know. There's a whole. Somebody made a collage of all of the white guys who were interviewing her.
Did you also have a comment? I know I'm a white guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the worst part of the interview.
You're going to get interviewed by a bunch of white guys and you're going to like it. And you're going to shut up.
The worst part of the interview is the guy goes, I know I'm a white guy.
Do you think Kevin Feige said that whole thing about no Avengers and nobody is invulnerable, including Captain Marvel, as a way of shutting her up?
Maybe.
Hey, you could be replaced, cheeky baby.
No, I think that was more in response to what he had said prior to and everybody misconstruing everything. I mean, if they really go to the extent to where, the end of Endgame, Captain Marvel just comes in and whoops some ass like everybody's afraid of, and that's the end of the movie, I don't see them doing that. There's no sense in it. She's going to play a big role, but I don't see her being, quote unquote, the one to take out Thanos. I just don't.
No.
Who wrote Endgame? The Russos write Endgame?
Yeah.
Endgame,
Two monkeys and a panda.
No, that's bad. Bad Robot didn't.
Never mind. I'm getting confused with Star Wars. My bad.
Avengers Endgame writers. Let me take a look. I think the Russos wrote it, right? Yeah, let me see. Actually, guy named Stephen McFeely and Christopher Marcus. Who?
Dead School says Letterboxd.com is a decent alternative to Rotten Tomatoes. I've noticed a few pop up and point out, hey, we allow comments on our movie site. So yeah, there's probably plenty of alternatives out there, but the bigger ones keep disappearing on us. So it's like the platforms where fans' voices are even actually being heard, like Andre brought up in his editorial, like IMDb and stuff are gone, and then now they're taking away this. So this is just, another blow to the film community. Mark C, thank you so much for another super chat coming through like a big old trooper there. Thank you. You got it, Rob, or you want me to take it?
I think IMDb. Sorry, I know IMDb handled this better than Rotten Tomatoes because they banned that stuff in February 2016, so no one could say it was because of Ghostbusters.
Well, anyway, Mark gives us the $5 super chat, says, I've tried to let everyone know I found Star Trek Next Generation Complete Series Remastered Blu-ray for $65 on Amazon. That is a steal.
Damn.
That is damn.
That's a hell of a lot less than I even paid.
$65? Are you sure? Is sure it's a region 1?
Yeah.
Well, even I got the import and it's region free, so
Not bootleg, is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't see it.
If I put that in my Blu-ray player, it's not going to start saying "Glorious Leader taking over machine."
No, but I just saw on Twitter they do have an Orville calendar. They have Orville merch, so we should be buying Orville merch.
Yeah,
they have an Orville wall calendar, and they have a the DVDs also.
it's $64.99 right now, and it is the import. But again, I can verify that it is region free.
Is there a Borders action figure with Jalosia action?
No,
there's no action figures yet.
The only difference between this Star Trek Generation box set and the American one is just the covers. That's it. It's the only difference. All the content is the same.
I can't wait. I can't wait till Thursday. I can't wait to see the new part 2 of Identity. Oh my god.
Oh, same here. Yeah.
That's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. Say with me, it's gonna be so
good.
So good. So good.
Hamburgers.
That's right. It's gonna be hamburgers. Hamburgers.
Well, Isaac sure made some hamburgers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be good like Colt 45 malt liquor. Well, I like to watch the Orville.
WD-40 works every time.
WD-40 works every time. I like to slide up on next to L337 and say, there's a reason why they call me Lando. It rhymes with Pando. You know that, don't you?
Speaking of L3, has anybody ever seen Phoebe Waller-Bridge in anything beside, that?
I thought she looks like Kat Dennings. I was like, hey, wait a minute, that's a chick from when I first saw her. Hey, that's a chick from Two Broke Girls. Like, oh wait, that's someone else? Oh, okay.
I just found out last night she's good friends with Olivia Colman, the lady who won the Oscar.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yes, and also I found out Olivia Colman was the girl that was in Hot Fuzz that kept making jokes about being a lesbian.
She made jokes about a lot. She made a lot of jokes about.
Oh yeah, she was great.
She's in a lot of British movies and TV.
She was also in Broadchurch.
Yes, she was
very, very good in Broadchurch, and surprisingly enough, it was Chris Chimballs was the showrunner on Broadchurch,
and Jodie Whittaker was on that show. And I think at one point Olivia Colman was in the running to be Doctor Who, which she might have frankly been better actually.
Mm-hmm. Chris Chimballs.
Yeah. I'm serious. Sorry.
I said there's a reason why I call him Chinballs.
Yes. I'm seriously, I really like Olivia Colman, and since I was kind of smashed a couple nights ago, I'll just mention she had the best Oscar speech maybe in the last 10 years.
Which was?
She got up there and just started basically rattling off, saying that if I forget your name, I'll give you a snog on the telly. I loves you all, and the jokes, and then I said Lady Gaga randomly towards it was great.
Did we just rename him Chinballs? Like that just caught on.
Yes,
it did.
That wasn't even like intentional either. It's just because I'm so I can't say Chibnall. It's just the B in the end. Don't.
You started it, and then Gary started using it too. And then since Gary started using it, I actually thought that was his name. because I'm stupid, or I'm sorry, I'm not stupid. I'm intelligently challenged and don't pay attention to crap like that unless it's something right in my face. So yeah.
Which, speaking of Olivia Colman, actually, I have seen The Favorite now. It is actually a pretty good movie.
I need to see it. It looks really good.
Victorian lesbians.
Well, technically, it's 1700s lesbians, and it's a lot more than just that.
Well, still, I mean, I love that era of movie, and the lesbian stuff doesn't hurt, but it has. I really like Olivia Colman anyway.
Oh, she's great.
Shit about porn, you know that, right, Tyler?
Yeah, I know.
Very proper. Was that joke of Family Guy about British porn? Almost. There we are. Well done. Violet, we could have sexual intercourse again. I say.
Oh, guess who's back?
Who's back?
Who's back?
Oh, I
Cardboard Kenny?
Yes.
Ooh. Kenny,
Cardboard Kenny, yay! Cardboard Kenny, $5 super chat. If you have a 3D printer, go to Thingiverse and print on Orville.
Oh, really?
I'm waiting on my filament and cat food delivery. Oh, speaking of cat food, how is Zabu?
he's good. He's a sweetie. He's a little bit of a brat, but he's.
They all are.
Yeah, that's how cats are. Like this cat, he never sleeps. I never see this cat sleep.
Weird.
Oh yeah, Dark Saber Force. Yeah, Kathleen Kennedy did get her Oscar, though they kind of almost put to the side because usually they have this big, bit where you talk about, oh, the governor's award. Here's who won, and with her, they just said, this person got an award, this person got an award, Kathleen Kennedy got an award. They just moved on with it.
All right, Mary. Yeah, Zabu. I mean, the cat owns the house, and you work for him. That's
of course.
What type of cat is he?
He's Siamese, mostly Siamese mixed
Ugh.
with.
Oh, then he really looks down on you then.
Sorry to say, but so every Siamese cat I've ever met in my life wants to claw my face off.
No, he doesn't like to claw. He just wants to give a. He walks up to everybody he meets and gives them kisses.
Well, then he's actually nice. That's strange. The Siamese are like known to be the most assholiest of cats.
Oh, yeah, they're all a horrible thing. My grandmother has one, and he is like straight out of the freaking Lady and the Tramp cartoon. He's always just jumping at me, trying to claw me.
Well, I think 9 out of 10 of them are possessed.
They usually are. They can see things.
I'm not advocating mass murder, but if all those ones died, I would not feel too bad about it.
They are cool looking, though. But
I'd rather have a mean Siamese cat in my house than a crazy SJW, though.
It's weird. I've only had a long-haired one, and I didn't have no issues with it. So maybe it's just the short-haired ones. Who knows? I'm just talking shit. Somebody actually took my thing I said the other day seriously, and I apologize. No, I have a dry sense of humor sometimes. I'm joking, and people think I'm not. So that's generally why I have to laugh so much after I'm done talking or say I'm kidding, because sometimes people don't think I'm kidding. But no, I know when cats look away from you, it's not because they're ignoring or letting you know they're ignoring you. It was a joke.
Yeah. So
just like the cat, they go and they whine at the door, whine at the door, whine at the door. You open the door, they look at you like you're going out.
You do.
I feel like it's the time to quote the great Winston Churchill, where he said, "I like pigs the most. Dogs look up to us, cats look down on us, pigs treat us equally."
It is true. It is very true. I had a pig once. My parents did anyway. Potbelly pig.
I'm laughing at the super chat.
Chris, hey, you say his name 3 times, he appears. Chris Chinballs. Mecca makes no mistakes pronouncing my name. Chris Chinballs, you get a fanfare. Yes,
Her Majesty presents Sir Chinballs.
Yes, I dub these balls of chin.
You're fired.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I'm out of stuff to say. It's a miracle.
Yeah, I can't fire you anymore tonight, Rob. So
yes. So yeah. So anyway,
in me. Then we're done.
Let's see. Yeah, you can't fire me.
I have no more left. You know.
Besides, the studio audience is getting rather restless.
Quit
Oh,
throwing
we
to it.
never talked about Beverly Hills 90210 coming back.
Oh yeah.
Do we want to talk about that? They lived in these luxury. They lived in luxury apartments and nobody had a job.
Exactly. Well, that was later though, right?
Unbelievable. They did
It's a Valley Girls fantasy. Seriously.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
It's these perfect, good, slightly bad boys that are always hanging around that are really hot. And you have friends that aren't as hot as you, and they have issues like Donna.
So they don't have to compete with them, right? That's
so you're admitting you watched this then?
I ain't admitting that shit.
I didn't watch it. No, I'm saying Tom's admitting he watched it.
Oh, I've seen it. Oh, hell yeah. Just like Friends. It doesn't mean I liked it.
I kind of like Friends.
It was like, for the longest time, I think I just watched it because I think they ended up moving 21 Jump Street there right near the end before Melrose Place in the Heights. Well, the Heights, I think, was before Melrose Place. I can't remember which.
But
anyway, yeah.
Slice the two, Melrose Heights.
I hate Melrose Place. I didn't watch that shit either. I just watched Jump Street in the Heights. I was pissed when they canceled the Heights.
The parody of Melrose Place that Mike Myers did one time on Saturday Night Live was perfect when Heather Locklear was hosted, whatever it was.
Well, you know what sucks for Jamie Walters is he went from How Do You Talk to an Angel go to #1? It was in the top 10 at least. I know that.
Yes, that's all I remember about that show was the song.
He was huge right after that, and then the show got canned because the show couldn't get any ratings. Then they moved him to what was it, Melrose or 90210, and then everybody on the street kept yelling at him because he was beating Donna on the show or whatever, and he's like, "It ruined my life." Everywhere I went, people would scream and yell at me and trying to get into fights with me. Women wouldn't date me because I thought I was a woman beater and shit like that.
Let's see.
That happened to Fred McMurray back in the day because everyone, nowadays everyone goes, "Oh, the guy from The Absent-Minded Professor," but he was also in Double Indemnity where he has to kill some was it a husband? And apparently he was at Disneyland once, and some freaking old lady went up to him and slapped him and said, "How dare you do that? A generation of kids respects you." And he went, "Okay, lady, I'll do just nice movies now."
Okay. Here's the chart positions for How Do You Talk to an Angel. In Australia, it went to #3. In Belgium, it went to #12. In Canada, Canada, on the adult contemporary tracks, it went to 12. Canada top singles.
Bye.
#2, Germany, it went to #47. In the Netherlands, it went to #60.
Okay, the US.
Okay. It was a worldwide hit. In the US, it went to #1 on the Hot 100 charts.
I told you.
That's right. It went to #8 in the US on the adult contemporary. And on the rhythmic top 40, whatever the hell that is, it went to #13. At the end of the year, it was the 59th song of the number 59 for the US Hot 100. Written by a guy named Steve Tyrell, Barry Coughing, composer Stephanie Tyrell. So let me see. Steven Tyrell, what else did he do? Music career. Film contribution. He wrote a lot of soundtracks. Mystic Pizza, That Thing You Do, Five Heartbeats. I love That Thing You Do. That's a good movie. Brady Bunch
because That Thing You Do had great music in it.
Oh yeah.
Very time period.
Was it Mystic Pizza, Julia Roberts' first movie?
Yes, it was. Shot not that far from where I live. Mystic, Connecticut. Which is Mystic is just it's a historic village.
Yeah, I've been there.
Seaport.
I can't even remember what won that year, 90 or it would have been 97, but the 96 Academy Awards for music, but That Thing You Do lost, and I was pissed.
Okay. But yeah, That Thing You Do, yeah, it's a good movie. I
remember seeing funny that. Story. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I had a friend that mixed Mystic Pizza with Mystic River. It did not end well.
That's not a good mix-up. What were you going to say, Rob?
But yeah, so That Thing You Do at the movies, actually. It was cool. They had the last song that they played during the credits. She knows it, which is actually a great song. How that song wasn't a bigger hit, I don't know.
The whole soundtrack is
they
great.
did this cool. Oh yeah, the instrumental is really good.
Well, just the fact that they got that music, because they're all originals, and it's like they sound like they're from the 60s.
That Thing You Do is actually written by the title track's written by Adam Schlesinger of Fountains of Wayne.
Nice.
That's what Gary Dalton just said here in the chat too. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And what won the Oscar that year for song?
I don't even remember. That's what I'm saying. All I know is I was pissed. I don't even remember what one.
What year was it?
Well, I think that Thing You Do
95,
came out in 96 or 95, so it would have been the 96 or 97 Oscars. I can't remember which.
Let me check.
Probably some Disney movie. Pissed me off.
Wait, 95. Wasn't that Pocahontas?
Could have been.
Probably. Colors of the Wind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
That to me, That Thing You Do is totally underrated anyway. Full disclosure, I saw that movie in the theater like 4 times.
No,
Oh, yeah.
no. Oh, it's gonna be the one that lost to Celine Dion because that's from 96.
Ah, okay. Wait, really? I thought Titanic was 97.
I'm mixing it up. Never mind. I'm mixing it up again.
Well,
Jesus Christ, what the hell did come out that year?
You're fired. Fired,
96,
Tyler.
96, 97, 96,
Yeah,
97.
Tom Hanks said he was inspired. He was watching the documentary The Complete Beatles, and he saw there was actually there's a couple parts that mimic The Complete Beatles, and he said they got a good idea for a movie. There's actually the one part where they're running towards they're after the state fair in Illinois or whatever it is, where they're all running towards a car, and Liv Tyler gets held back by a policeman. That is actually inspired by true events when the Beatles were on their way to up north. I can't remember where did they go to meet the Maharishi first time?
Oh, you're gonna
They
be
got
angry
on
at this. It was "You Must Love Me" from Evita won that year for best song.
That's why I don't
Boo. So, yeah, when the Beatles went to go meet the Maharishi, and Cynthia was on the train platform. John was running towards the train, and they were all on the train, and Cynthia got held back by a policeman, and she was like, no, let me through. Like, no, she got stopped by the policeman, and the last sight she saw of John was him looking back through the window as the train pulled away. He says, oh, Sin, too slow. Why couldn't you run with us? And she just said, well, and she kind of knew that was it. You know, his life was going one way, and her life was going another. Bangor, North Wales. That was that's where it was. So, the Maharishi. Yeah,
The Fool on the Hill.
And they went to India. Oh yeah, they went to India. Yes. And this is Maharishi. Maharishi was they had designs on a couple of girls in their entourage. That's why they.
I watched a lot of TCM this month for like Oscar season, and they mentioned the trivia when they were talking about Hard Day's Night and Help back to back. They said that the only Oscar that the Beatles ever won was for Let It Be in '71, and of course none of them showed up to pick it up.
The screenplay actually by Alan Owen for Hard Day's Night was actually nominated for an Academy Award.
Yes, but it didn't win, sadly.
Okay, we got to decide. We got to see. We got to do a live watch because
whose response to that though when it did it or whatever was like there was a screenplay or something like that.
Yeah, there was someone.
I thought it was entirely fucking ad-libbed or something like that.
Yeah, it does seem like it's completely improvised, but it's not. It's
I can't remember if it was a critic or somebody like that said something like, oh, there was a screenplay. I don't know if it was a joke or if they were serious. I can't remember now who it was. It must have been in one of the Beatles documentaries or something, where they mentioned it.
I remember that comment, but I don't remember who said that.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been like Roger Ebert or anything like that.
No. He wasn't even working until the 70s.
Oh, yeah, he was. Well, he was
No,
working.
he said he was a college student.
Well, he wrote the sequel to Valley of the Dolls, whatever the hell it was called.
Yeah, but he loved Hard Day's Night, so that would be weird.
I was
to
going
say
to say,
that.
well, that's what I'm saying. I'm sure he reviewed it at some
He
point.
gave it like 4 stars.
I'm sure he talked about it all the time. Yeah.
I have a great movies book right next to me. It's right there.
What do you call that haircut? Right?
Arthur.
I'm a mocker.
Are you a model? I'm a mocker. Do you think these hairstyles have come to stay? You know, this one has stuck on good and proper. Have you seen your father? No. Well, we're just good friends. Yeah, I spent like a half hour running up and down Boston Place in the first scene in Hard Day's Night where they're running, which is right next to the Marylebone train station. I spent like a half hour just running up and down the street. Just run, just like, and it was like, what is this psychopath doing? Leave me alone.
Raise yourself in the air and shit too. Or...
No, I didn't fall like George did though.
And did you singing Hard Day's Night all the way to?
Did you get on a train and then start actually saying oh my god, I'm blanking on the song they play on the train.
I should have known better.
Yeah, I should have known better. I love that song.
I should have known better. Oh no, but I listened to the Hard Day's Night all the way up the way to Liverpool, all the whole train ride up to Liverpool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
why do we
Any
talking about the Beatles?
I don't know. Why not?
It's more interesting than Discovery.
In there somewhere, somehow. Mecca's not even that big of a fan. He's probably sitting here thinking, God, I'd rather just listen.
We weren't paid by Paul McCartney, don't worry.
Let me guess, you'd rather listen to some of their solo shit. Or George.
Well, Mecca plays. Well, Mecca plays. She plays through a Vox amp.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she
mostly because of the electric prunes. But
like the Beatles is much
electric prunes.
She's more
what's wrong
into
with the electric prunes?
Not so much known stuff. Yeah.
I never heard of those guys. I gotta look them up.
You've probably heard I Had Too Much to Dream last night. I know they play. They did like a Vox ad. I don't know if they played through the amps, but I know they did an ad for it for like I think the effects pedals from the '60s. Also, my first subscriber ever on my first channel was actually the drummer from the Electric Prunes because I used to do a music channel.
Yeah. Sweet. There they are, the Electric Prunes. I had too much to dream last night.
Yeah, Robert April. Who's your favorite composer? Beethoven. Love his lyrics.
But the Electric Prunes had too much to dream last night. Yeah.
Oh, you probably heard it.
Yeah, there they are. I probably have. Yeah, I'm not. Well, we'll get a copyright strike if I play it now. Tom, did we get a copyright strike for that 5 seconds of George Harrison?
Not that I know of offhand. We must have talked over it enough.
Okay.
Thank my sweet lord.
We played so little of it that it didn't matter.
He's so fun, doodling, doodling.
Yes,
wonder,
it has to be
sorry.
It has to be transformative. Go ahead.
I wonder if Seth MacFarlane's a Beatles fan or not, because I've noticed all his Beatles jokes are kind of cruel.
He's a big big Frank Sinatra fan.
So probably not. I remember the Family Guy joke where it's like, I remember that time I worked at George Harrison's house as a security guard, and he just lets the guy get in and stab him.
Hey, knock it off there, you wacky beetle.
Oh God!
Oh my God!
So, all right. What do you say we wrap it up? We're kind of stretching it, yeah. So that way we can. Yeah. I can glue my headphones back together and figure out if I have to buy a new pair. Freaking! You're not gonna like this, Tom. I went to order Backbeat on Amazon, and that was correct. And freaking! I have to get something else to order because it's going to cost an extra $10 with the shipping.
So I told you if you want me to, I can just get it for you and just have it shipped.
No. Don't worry. I'll add something else to the order. So when I tend to do that. I don't know if it's just me, but I always try to wait until I have to couple things to order from Amazon.
On Blu-ray now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That must have been an interesting transfer, people. It's like, okay, we're going to transfer the part where he comes in her mouth.
Like I said, are you kidding? That's the highest gross. It still is probably the highest grossing.
Oh, it is.
Giggity.
Back when they actually used to show them in theaters, like that even got showings in like legit theaters and shit.
It did.
Oh, yeah. Poor Linda Lovelace, though. I mean, they really
they did
exploited
not
her.
relax
There
her.
was that one. There was the Green Door one. What's it called? Beyond the Green Door. Or something like
Behind
that.
the Green
Behind the
Door.
Green Door.
Marilyn Chambers.
And then there was The Devil and Miss Jones was another one that got
Devil
a
and
lot
Miss
of
Jones.
Debbie Does Dallas was a good hit, right?
Debbie
For the
Does
most part,
Dallas
that
was
one
a
came
big
a little
one.
later though, so I don't know how mainstream that was in the theaters. I think that was a bigger one on video. If I'm not
Didn't she
mistaken.
disappear like forever?
I'm not
Who,
sure.
Linda Lovelace?
No, the girl from Debbie Does Dallas. I thought I read somewhere that she just
I remember
vanished.
who it was.
Well, Debbie Does Dallas was very controversial because they used the actual Dallas Cowboys cheerleader uniform.
Oh no.
That was the thing. Last Tango in Paris was actually an X-rated movie too.
Yes, it was. It's why they had to delay filming of Superman 1.
So great moments in porn. See, we're doing the porn podcast now.
Yeah. Because I think it was the original director of Superman 1 was the guy who did Goldfinger, and they wanted to film in Italy, but they went, if you film in Italy, they're going to arrest Marlon Brando, so let's film in England. Then he went, I'm a tax shelter guy, so I can't film in England.
So
That's why the original director, yeah, and then that's why they dumped him.
Yeah, so they dumped him and then got Donner.
What's his face? Who was
Richard Lester was also on Superman 2.
Yeah.
that was Superman 2, but the guy they originally had, I think, was somebody who directed a bunch of Bond movies.
So it was the guy who did Goldfinger. It was Guy Hamilton.
Yeah, Hamilton.
Guy Hamilton, yeah. Okay, all right. What do you say we wrap this up? Because I think we stretch it out, and the audience must be getting bored. So the audience is, like I said, the audience is looking very angry at us. Guys, settle down. Okay. All right, guys. If you like what we do, and who wouldn't, you can check us out on Patreon. After you click subscribe, click the bell icon here and on the main channel. You can hear my breakdown from this afternoon over on the main channel too. Click subscribe, the like button, or dislike if you don't like us. Because why wouldn't you? And you can head over to Patreon. You can support the channel for as little as $1 a month. Patreon supporters get all kinds of bonuses, bloopers, outtakes, lost episodes, behind the edge making videos, and more. My 10-minute stand-up set. Support the channel for as little as $1 a month. Is that right?
Yes.
And if you don't have the means to support us through there, then click like, subscribe, the bell icons, because we cannot do this without you. Mecca, tell them about yourself.
I am Mecha Random 42. I yell and complain about Discovery. We do live watch parties, so if you don't want to actually pay to watch it on CBS All Access, you can watch me watch it live, and you can pretty much follow along for the most part. I mean, nothing really happens in the show.
No CBS assassins have gone after you?
No. Well, I don't actually show it on screen. I show you like maybe a split second or two here and there, but
Yeah.
But no, we do that. We do Orville live recap parties, and I complain about Captain Marvel.
Tyler, tell them about yourself.
Oh, well, I am a guy on the Facebook. If you ever want to talk to me there, you can do it. And if you want to listen to my podcast, the Peanut Butter Podcast, well, I don't know why you would. It's just 2 hours of me rambling with another guy who rambles.
Ah, gross, you sick bastard!
We may as well have the theme song be Rambling Man, but why not?
All right, everybody. Yeah, Cardboard Kenny, y'all done 5'd me to death today. Donate and keep these folks off food stamps. That's good. That's a good idea. All right, everybody.
Learn to live with this.
Yes, you can. So, everybody, thank you for joining us. Like I said, you can go hear my breakdown on the main channel. Thank you for all the super chats. Cardboard Kenny, Mark C, Chris Persia, everybody. Thank you for the super chats. I'm forgetting you. I'm sorry. Go check out Professor Geek. Go check out SU. Yes. Go check out Professor Geek. Go check out SC Reviews. Go check out Clownfish TV. Go check out Egotastic Fun Time. Who else? Who am I forgetting?
That Umbrella Guys live. They're talking about all kinds of cool stuff with Rakita Law and Clownfish, and I might be over there too in a little bit, maybe.
Yes. Yes, Geeks and Gamers.
Ren.
Yes, Geeks and Gamers. Ren, go check out Ren Rants. Yes, we gotta have Ren back on the show. She's busy. We gotta have her back on.
We're gonna need her to be your lawyer with all that quicksand.
Yes.
I told Andre about that. He was
New York versus Gallo.
very, very disturbed.
He is a sick individual.
That's
He
pretty
needs
much
help.
what he said.
I thought Norway was tolerant.
I thought he said it
I
was
was-
boring too.
What?
I thought he said it was boring too.
Mindless Entertainment. Yes, Mindless. Check out Jesse Milestone over at Mindless Entertainment. It wasn't just. Listen, it's not so much it's not just the fact that people get off to watch it. It's just the fact that this exists for me. That it's just so fascinating. Why is this appealing of all things? But then once you
got to the end of the internet at that point, there's like nothing left.
Exactly.
Food thing, people have done, just about everything else you can think of that's crazy and insane. This is it. This is all that's left. There was nothing left other than a woman sinking in quicksand, and that's it.
Well, no, the first question on the Nina Hartley show is going to be, have you ever tried quicksand porn?
Maybe.
If you ever have Brinka Stevens on a horror podcast, you can ask her about her fetish work, and she's done that too.
Really?
Yes, she has.
Oh my God, you have like 20 Betty Page calendars in the background somewhere.
And I keep saying, yes, Captain April needs subs. Go subscribe to Captain April. Make sure you're still subscribed.
Put your applications into me at my email. Oh, you mean like subscribers? Never mind.
Yes, subscribe to Captain. Like I said, go to Captain April's channel, subscribe, and even if you make sure if you're already subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed because they have a really bad habit of desubscribing people. So everybody, thank you for joining us on Star Trek Rehab Day. Robert Meyer Burnett is actually going on in a little while. It probably
check his channel out too. The Burnett Work. We had him on the main channel earlier. It was a really cool conversation with him.
Great guy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He's really great. He took time out of his very, very, very fucking busy schedule to talk to us. Not once, but twice already here. So it's amazing that he's taking the time out to talk to us here at Midnight's Edge because he's a name that's synonymous with Star Trek, first of all, but he's always busy. Like he's either on somebody else's podcast, like John Campia or something like that. Fucker. What'd you do?
I stepped on your fucking foot.
Sorry, guys.
Put your Legos away.
But yeah, he's a very giving and gracious guy. Yeah.
Thank you, Robert.
Films and movies and television shows at his own channel.
Yes, thank you, Robert Meyer Burnett. Hopefully, we can you could join us again very soon, as your schedule permits. And everybody, and why isn't my thing working here? Well, because I still had the freaking the breaking news thing loaded. Hey, everybody, warts and all, we survived another episode of Midnight's Edge After Dark. So,
ew! What the hell?
I majored in bending.
I like big Asian butts, and I cannot lie.
What the hell was that?